Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Make sure everything's... Hello, Martha. Oh, good. I'm glad you caught one, Amanda. I've spent this entire morning doing social media stuff. I had an interview today with somebody. She's working on a book. And so I did an interview with her, and then she's using some of my quotes for her book. And then I just had to submit a video for a Zoom event. So I just did that, a little crash course on something. And and then I thought, okay, well, let's just do a 3 for 3 here and do a live since I'm already in the midst of all this social media stuff. So, oh, hi in South Wales. Hello, everybody. Hello. Nice to see everyone. Yeah, it works better if I can give people a little bit of a heads up that I'm going to do a live, but that's not typically how it works. It usually just is me jumping on here. So it's not really scheduled well. It's just very spontaneous. So yes, happy autumn equinox to everybody. What did everybody do for the equinox? Did you have any little balancing rituals or gratitude rituals? I did a post about that on my Instagram, a quick little gratitude ritual. It's not too late to do it, so you can still do it anytime this week. You can do it anytime, period, but you can still celebrate this week. So yes, hello everyone. Yeah, so I would love to hear what everybody did for the autumn equinox or Mabon, whichever way that you celebrate. I did a simple little apple ritual. It's basically the one that I posted on Instagram. So yeah, just a really simple little apple gratitude celebration. And then, of course, I celebrated with my coven on Sunday, and I posted some pictures of that too. So that's also on Instagram. You probably get a better sort of feel for like my life and like my celebrations on my Instagram. So if you're not on there, I recommend that you get on there. I post, I don't necessarily post more, but I post probably more personal or intimate things on there. Went to Salem to celebrate this weekend. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. I keep promising my daughter I'm going to take her there for Samhain one year. So I've got to make that happen pretty soon. I know that it gets like crazy touristy, but I just feel like I have to do it, Yeah, it sounds like you guys had some great balancing and baking and drinking. I did that too. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, so I just thought I would jump on and say hi to everyone today since I was in the midst of a whirlwind of social media stuff. And yes, it's on my bucket list. Absolutely. So I'm hoping of course, we canceled all travel for this year. But next year, who knows? We may be able to get back to our normal traveling schedule, my normal event schedule. But I'm not in any rush and I'm not pushing anything. Everything, it is what it is, and it's all gonna, when it happens, it'll happen. So, hello, everyone. Also, we have the Full Moon Witches Market, I believe, coming up October 3rd. Let me look. Oh, boy. I may have to get back to you on that. Nope, it is October 3rd. So that's coming up. Lilith Dorsey is going to be on there again. I did one of these last month. I'm going to be on there. There are going to be some other great speakers. So that is at Moon Serpent and Bone. So you can go to Moon Serpent and Bone It's probably, is it a .com? I'm sorry, I just thought to tell you guys about this. So I'm not like super prepared with it. But Moon Serpent and Bone, I know you can find them on Facebook and I know you can find them on Instagram. So you'll be able to, also I've been posting links to it. So you'll be able to find it. It's a free virtual market. You can get on there. There's people selling things and there's little classes. It's all totally free. So I've been trying really hard to participate in the free Zoom events because I think it's really important for people to feel a sense of community right now and still feel like they're getting out and participating in some things, and we can't go to our normal events. I was supposed to be at the Indie Conjurefest in Indianapolis. I was supposed to be in New Orleans. Obviously, not happening. So we're trying really hard to put different Zoom events together so people still have a chance to get together and feel a sense of community still, since we're, everybody is so far apart and so divided right now. So I did a releasing of the old self and embracing the shadow self, authentic self kind of ritual. That sounds great. That's perfect. Oh, thank you. I think they're water buffalo teeth it's from Tibet. It's actually really old. I'm surprised it's holding together. I know how to cleanse my phone, but my ex-fiance moved out last night. Do you recommend any particular cleansing? Well, I guess it would kind of depend on, I assume if he moved out, the energy is probably not great in the house. So I would recommend a lot of frankincense. And then making sure that you're sweeping and mopping from the back to the front, and then throwing out the dirt either in the garbage or the toilet and the mop water down the toilet. So you can fully remove that. But I definitely recommend burning frankincense resin. You can do white sage as well. I don't think Palo Santo is quite the right thing for this situation. I don't sell anything Morgan related, Lynn the Tarot Witch, but I do offer custom oils. So all you have to look for is my custom oil listing, and then just tell me what you're looking for. I've made oils for the Morgan many times before, so I'm happy to do that for you. But I offer the custom oil listing because people often request them for their specific deities that they work with. So make sure I'm not missing any comments here. I do list a Hecate oil, and that one is like one of my very popular, probably my most popular deity oil that I sell is my Hecate oil. I sell a ton of it. So what is it? It's Wednesday? Yes, if it's Wednesday, that's my social media day. What is everybody up to? Is everybody still at home? Oh, I'm glad that you like the oil, Dominique. How did you know that the spirit world is real and that we could work with it? Because I had experiences with it. So that's really, I guess the only way we know anything is real is that we experience it. So I had, certain things happen. I have blog posts about, different stories about the symbolism that has occurred over and over in my life, or when I was specifically looking something, it would appear. And I don't think that was completely my own mind manifesting things. So just because I had evidence of thinking about things, and then I would receive signs and omens about it. Are you doing an Our Lady of Mercy Day offering tomorrow? No, I am not. Sorry. My next service coming up is St. Michael the Archangel. That's on the 29th. And then I am doing a service on Samhain. And I have one more love service next Wednesday, I believe is the 29th. No, 28th. I don't know. It's on my site. That's the last love service because I'm taking October off from community services. So there won't be any community services listed for October. There won't be a prosperity service. There won't be a love service, and there won't be a community honey jar. So with the pandemic, I've been I've received about quadruple the normal amount of work that I normally get, and we are keeping up, but I am going to take some time off in October. So I am booking less clients, and I'm removing the community workings for a month. Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Mary. It's the 30th. The last love service until November is on the 30th. And then my St. Michael service is the 29th. Those are the last two community services I'm offering until November. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's yeah, I don't think people have realized the amount of work and stress it has been for online people in online sales, just because everybody is at home and shopping. And it's also a time where, let's face it, people are really scared right now, and they have extra time, so they're taking time to work on their spiritual paths. So we have been extremely busy, but I'm grateful that we were able to keep up. I'm grateful for obviously the support and the new clients. So yeah, but it is getting to be time for me to take some time off. And I normally go away in the winter time for some time, and we weren't going to this year, but we've just decided that we're going to go back to our second home, which is in St. Croix. So we're gonna go down there for part of the winter. Just because, like I said, it's been taxing. It's been taxing. It's been wonderful, but it's been taxing. I'm so blessed to meet everybody that I've met during this time. I've gotten really close with a lot of people on social media, and made a lot of great connections that I wouldn't have normally, and I'm super, super grateful for that. But I am also ready for a small break. And y'all know I love to work, so me wanting a break is like, it's getting real, because I love working. There's like almost nothing that I love more than working. I can easily work 80 hours a week with no problem. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, so the rest of today, I am getting a tutor set up for my children, and so I'm meeting with her and discussing specifics about that, and probably doing some consultations for the rest of the day. So, do you do candle work for blessing jewelry, like for other people, or like for my jewelry? For other people, no, I don't. I don't want to be responsible for other people's jewelry. I don't want people like sending me like great grandma's diamond ring through the mail for me to like bless it and then send it back. No way. So yeah, it's been pretty difficult. I have two children here that are virtual learning. We have opted for virtual learning the entire year, so they will not be returning to school this year. And so between that and then running my business, I am so grateful that I am an excellent multitasker. I will put it that way. I can do like 10 things at once, and I'm very grateful for that part of my personality. So I'm just going to leave it at that. If I didn't have that, and I'm pretty patient, if I had worked very hard on my patience, which is something I've really worked to develop since I was in my early 20s. I always wanted to be a very patient person. And so I've tried really hard to focus on that. And that is definitely coming in handy now. What else would you recommend for someone just starting a collection? What are the staples? Um, well, I would get a Van oil for your sort of road opening and cleansing and protecting all in one. I would get some shishi for fast luck for emergencies. I would get a Protection 5 oil. So you always have a protection oil on hand because that never hurts. I would get a cash conjure oil. So if you have a monetary emergency, you would have a way to work on that. And I would get like an attraction oil because you can use that for anything that you need to work on, whether that's like obtaining a new job, a new relationship, you know, finding a new car, anything like that. You can, it's very multi-purpose. I would love more tips on cleansing spiritually, working out to connect with spirit more, and more about daily offerings from Ray LeBeau. Thank you for all you do. I loved everything from you. Oh, thank you so much. I will write some of those ideas down. I hate this pen. Here, this is my good pen. What was it? Cleansing spiritually, and connection with spirit. That's like a really I know people do videos on it. It's like people who do videos on like teaching people to be clairvoyant and teaching people to find their totem animals and their spirit guides. And I'm not the right person to do a video on that. Because I'm not a teacher in that way. I can't teach you how to connect with spirit. I think that's super personal, and you just really need to listen to your intuition, because that's what spirit is. And, I don't always buy it when I see videos like that. And I feel like if I'm not buying that and I can't be really authentic talking about it, then I'm not going to talk about it. Cause I like to get on here and do videos, not as a teacher. I don't like that. I really don't like that title. I just like to get on here and talk about things that maybe people would think are interesting, or that would help people understand a different spiritual path, or a different, different ways to celebrate, things like that. That's what I prefer to do with these videos. To get on here and be like, oh, I'm some head honcho guru, and here's how like you find the divine, and here's how you connect to spirit and find God. Like I feel like that would be being really, I don't know how anybody teaches that. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's just personal. That's just really personal. Do you think Crown of Success items for a child with autism will help with virtual learning? I would do my Clarity and Create oil for that, for focus, and for them to be able to express themselves better and communicate better with their schooling and what they need. I would do Clarity and Create for that. Crown of Success isn't a bad choice. It's just not what I would start with. I'm getting engaged soon. Is there anything you sell that you would recommend to strengthen our relationship? Yeah, you could do like a Commit to Me oil, and I sell marriage candles also. Or you could do like a Happy Home oil, the Hogar Feliz. That's a great one too. You could do anything like that. So glad you're having time to rest. I'm sure you're working so hard with your business and the kids' schooling. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I am. My husband has been helping tremendously. He's actually done most of the figuring out the schooling. So he's been, I have an amazing husband. We've been married for 15 years, and he's anything that needs to be done, he jumps in there and he helps handle it. And he can figure out anything, he can fix anything. And yeah, he's a great guy. So, okay, let me see where we're at. What do you sell to boost my delivery tip driving gig? You're going to want to look at my Arabka Sudagere oil. Just type in Arabka, Arabka, and you'll get all my Arabka Sudagere items. Those are the best ones to use in tips, because I have always worked in a sales industry, and a lot of it was tip-based as well. So that's what I used. How do I connect with the triple moon goddess Danu? I don't know. I don't work with Danu. Sorry. Congrats on 15 years. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's you don't see it much anymore, So I I I I try not to. Much of my background is in Eastern philosophy, so I work really hard on um, not leading into ego. But 15 years, occasionally I feel like patting myself on the back for that one. Occasionally, I don't, but occasionally, and then I go, nope, that go over there. You go. So yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of times you guys are going to ask questions on here about specific deities, and I have a pretty I have a pretty strict pantheon that I work with. So I'm not going to be able to help with every deity. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I can help with a lot of them. I have a long background in mythology and folklore, but I can't help with everything. So I'm sorry. I do my best to answer the questions, but I I don't have all the knowledge in the world. So yeah, everybody's had some great questions today. Yeah, the online schooling question is good. I would definitely, yeah, the clarity and create. I would do that. That could help with any child, much less some with a differently abled child, so a neuroatypical, excuse me. Hi Sarah, I've been struggling with procrastination, important things. I don't know if it's fear of the outcome. Well, it probably is. Usually the first thing that we say is the reason. So you probably know what it is. So your fear of procrastination, I would make a list with a date and a time next to each thing you need to get done. And I would get up and I would follow the list and then I would cross it off. And after that, I would make a small reward for myself, is how I would do that. So you have to get it done on that day and you have a small reward for yourself after that. That is typically how humans work. We are reward oriented. So I think, I mean, it really depends on what you're procrastinating on, but it's also really good to make a list of the things that are going to happen if you don't do these things, because there's usually a consequence with procrastination. You have a deadline. If you don't do it by this time, you don't have car insurance anymore, or, this runs out, or you're not going to get this anymore, or things like that. So it's really good to make a list of what's going to happen if we don't do those things, because when you have it down on there and you can really see what you're about to lose, it's very important to weigh the losses versus your fear, which is worse. Would you rather lose all of that, or would you and just stay afraid, or would you rather keep everything and get over your fear? If your fear should not control what you have in your life. So that's not really fair. You have an emotion dictating what you can have in your life right now. I wouldn't. Emotions are kind of made up sometimes. We make up a lot of emotions. Some of them are valid, but a lot of them are just made up. So our reactions to things, or what we think is going to happen. So I try not to let something that could be made up control an actual physical outcome and determine what I get to have in my life. No, sorry, that's not something. Yeah, I'm a straight shooter, so that's not something that needs to be fixed with magic work. That's something that you need to really think through and use your reasoning skills about why you shouldn't procrastinate. So magic is the last resort, and if you're not using your reasoning and logic skills first, which is the first thing you should be relying on, the magic isn't going to work either. So you have to use what you innately is contained within you that you possess first. So magic is always a last resort. It's not a crutch. It's not a magic pill. Do you or someone who does classes of learning hoodoo and such? I know you suggest books to read. but hands-on learning, either online classes or in-person classes. I do in-person classes, but not this year. So you could get in touch with, let's see, there's usually, I mean, there's several Conjure Fests around the US. I don't know where you're located, but those have all obviously been canceled. Denise Alvarado does a lot of online classes, so I would get in touch with her. She's a very well-known author. My husband can't accept my spirituality and doesn't think he wants to be with someone who believes in these things. I'm tempted to just let him go. Can a spiritual person be with a logical person? Yeah, absolutely. My husband is an atheist. So my entire background is in science. So I'm an extremely logical person. My background is in geoscience. So, and then on top of that, it was in, philosophy and logic. So was my minor. So you can absolutely be both, or you can be together, but it has nothing to do with, that's kind of a superfluous thing. He doesn't think he can be with somebody. I mean, why does it matter? It doesn't matter to me what my husband believes. It doesn't matter to me doesn't matter to him what I believe. Why does it matter? I don't understand. If he doesn't want to be with you, I'm sorry, but it sounds like he's looking for an excuse, because it doesn't, or he's intolerant. In either way, I wouldn't be with him, because it doesn't. I have, my best friend's a Catholic. My other best friend is a devout Christian. None of it has anything to do with anything. We talk about art. We talk about music. We talk about travel. We talk about our careers. We talk about the things we want to achieve. So you talk about everything else. You just don't talk about that subject. It's easy. There's a million other things to talk about. So, I mean, sorry, I wouldn't be with him. Okay, I'm trying to see here where we at. Wrong, right. What would you recommend for having a wrong righted by someone who consistently causes trouble? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean there. Like, you want them to apologize, like, and make amends, or I'm not sure what that means. Do you use cinnamon brooms for spiritual purposes? I never used them for spiritual purposes before. I see them, but I don't like. You can use them for protection and prosperity. Cinnamon is really great for that. So a lot of people do use them for that. They get a little overpowering for me, but my mom liked to buy them for me, so of course I would put them up. But yes, they can be used for protection and prosperity. I'm working on manifesting things in prosperity when using your oils. What do you recommend? You can go on my blog, and it's called How to Work a Candle. I think it's called How to Work a Candle Hoodoo Style. Anyway, that's a really great ritual for prosperity. If you email me, I can send you the link to the article that I wrote. I don't really have a question. I just wanted to say I respect the hell out of you, lady. Oh, thanks. I love the honesty and candor. I ordered some conjure oils a few weeks ago from you and can't wait. Much love. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'm not, I'm not a bullshitter, because bullshitting doesn't help anybody. Okay. So I'm just telling you what I know from having a 15-year marriage with somebody who's an atheist. Obviously I'm not. And also explaining to you the other relationships in my life with people I love dearly, who I've had as friends for 15 or 20 years, who are opposite religions than I am. I'm just saying that to make things simple. It's your religion should have nothing to do with your relationship. You can talk about a million other things. If you don't have a million other things to talk about with each other, that's a whole other reason not to be together. So, these are water buffalo teeth, Jacqueline. It's from Tibet. I've always, since I was a little kid, I was always drawn to water buffalo teeth. So I don't want to say, I guess I kind of collect them. Oh yeah. Well, thanks, Stephanie. I'm glad. I'm just trying to help. So I hope everything, obviously, I wish the best for you. I hope everything works out. I really do. So you can, you just need to surround yourself with tolerant people, tolerant, accepting people, and you don't have to see the same way all the time, and you don't have to do the same things, believe the same things, but you do need to be tolerant and respectful of each other in your relationships. That is, respect is the foundation of a relationship, and you don't have to be exactly the same for you to respect each other. I have a multi-level altar. I used to have one of those too. My husband built it for me. I worship my deity ancestors, the guys there. Do each need their own water? I give them separate offerings on their space. I sort of do my spirits separate offerings than my like ancestors and guides. I sort of though I keep those a little, those realms are a little separate for me, so I do separate offerings for them. That's what I do. There's no real right or wrong here. If they don't like it, they'll make it known to you. So if they do like it, they'll make it known to you. So just be open and receptive, to what you're getting from them. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love this necklace too. I want him to settle an account. He's delaying, then be on his way and out of my life. Um, Probably I would recommend some sweetening work. Do like a syrup jar. Syrup jars work quicker, whatever, than honey jars. So I would recommend a syrup jar to sweeten him and speed things up. You can even add like some red hot rice or like some hot peppers to it to sort of add like a hot footing element to it to speed him up. There's on my blog, conjuredcardea.blogspot.com, you can look up syrup jar for the directions. Yeah, my pleasure. You have a great day. I'm actually not going to be on here too much longer, guys. I've been on here for a half an hour. And I'm going to take a short break after this. I've literally been on camera since 10 a.m. So it's 2.5 hours now I've been on camera. I'm a little tired of looking at myself. So pretty soon I'm going to go. But I just wanted to get on here, say hi to everybody, maybe answer a few of your questions, tell you to have a beautiful week, and I hope you had a beautiful autumn equinox. I know you do bone throwing readings. What is a bone reading and what do they tell you? Do you know what tarot cards are? Do you know what other divination systems are? If you know what tarot cards are, then the type of questions you would ask is a little different, but it's a divination system just like that. So it's except it's just done with pieces of bone and other natural curios. What they tell me depends on what the person asks. So I don't really understand your question. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, happy fall, everyone. Yeah, it's been so nice talking to you guys. I'm going to try to get on here, especially in October. I'm going to try to do more of these since I love how I do that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take some time off. So let me fill it up with something I don't usually have time for, because that is so typical me. That's like, I told my husband the other day, I was like, God, I wish there was 8 days in the week. If I had an 8th day, I could get everything done. And he's like, and then I was like, then I'd have like a full day of rest. He's like, no, you wouldn't. You would work it. You would work on the 8th day. I'm like, fair enough. So yeah, I am gonna take some I'm gonna take a few days off in October. So I need to take some time to focus on my health and I'm starting again with my personal trainer next week, because all that stuff, everybody, I usually go to the gym 3 times a week, but I haven't been able to do that. Gyms are still closed here. But I'm starting outside social distancing with my personal trainer again next week. So, yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to have a little bit of time for myself. So, Giannina, I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I am slaughtering your name by trying to pronounce it. I don't know if I have bone readings. They should be available to book on the site. I'm not. I only open the listing up a few times a year, but I think it's open right now. If it's not, you can email me, conjuredcardia@gmail.com, and we can I can set that up for you, and you can book a bone reading. But it should be on the site. Oh, you know what? I've been told I'm good with names. I'm pretty good with languages and names, so I can usually read it and get it. But I've spent a lot of time around the world with other cultures, so it's sort of, if you pay attention, it's not hard. Let me just put it that way, Yeah, maybe I do need to do that, Cassandra. Thank you. If you don't know what a bone reading is, you can easily just Google it, and that should tell you. So it's a very old divination method that uses different animal bones and parts along with natural curios. And depending on their layout and how the reader has learned to interpret those layouts, you get each one of the objects signifies a specific meaning or message. So, but yeah, like I said, you can easily Google it. There's lots of books on it. So, well, not lots, but there's books on it. But yeah, you can easily Google it to read about it. Okay, guys, I think we're going to wrap up. If nobody has any last minute questions, I'll give it just a couple seconds here. Oh yeah, of course, Christine. I try to get on here and answer as many questions as I can. I can't always answer them. Sometimes I don't understand them. It's hard virtually, just reading a question, because my mind can take it 5 different ways. But I try my best. So, and thanks so much for taking some time out of you all's day to spend some time with me, because I truly appreciate that. I know everybody is just as busy as I am. And yeah, I love seeing you all and hearing from you all. And I really do appreciate it. So, oh, hi, Whiskey Stevens just got on. Oh yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad for everybody for jumping on and saying hello. I really appreciate it. And you all take care and have a beautiful week. And then hopefully, I don't know if I'll be back on next week or not, but I'm going to try to do some October videos and lives. So yeah, bye, Jordan. What's something that I do for patients? When I start to lose my patients, I tell the person, I am starting to lose my patience, and that is an unbecoming characteristic, and I don't want to follow through on it. So I'm going to take 10 seconds to breathe before I respond. That is exactly what I do. And I say that exactly to the person, so they know I am starting to get frustrated, and that I do not want to get frustrated, because I do not desire that facet of my personality to grow. Oh, yeah, that was a great interview, Laura, with Witch of Wanderlust. She's or Witch of Wonderlust, excuse me. She was lovely for to be interviewed by. She had some wonderful questions. So, okay, guys. Well, I think I'm going to sign off. It was lovely seeing all of you. Be blessed this week. Be protected. I hope all of your families are safe and healthy, And I wish you much abundance and peace and protection be with you all and your households. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.